everybody to the official opening of the porch on Walnut Street. So Bike and Walk Montclair, who is bringing you this parklet as part of our programs, is very excited to bring the first parklet of 2 to Montclair. There will be another parklet on Glen Ridge that the bid, where's Israel? That the bid will be putting up. And so we're very excited to be able to bring this new public space to Montclair. So Bike and Walk Montclair is an advocacy group, and we advocate for programs and policies and street designs that enable people to bike and walk and live in a better way in our community. And part of that is placemaking. So we are also about getting infrastructure that allows for more access to public use of our streetscapes. And that's what this parklet is all about. So the parklet is part of a national movement to bring more public space to our streetscapes, and that's how it fits in to the work of Bike and Walk Montclair. So we're very excited today, and we'd like to thank the Mayor Jackson, who will be cutting the ribbon in just a minute, our entire town council, who approved the resolution for this parklet. Yeah. Lieutenant Ignacio, who is our police traffic lieutenant, who helped us make sure that this is a safe place for people both to drive and to participate in the public space. And John Thompson, who is the fire chief, who also helped us do that. And we have our Ward 2 councilperson, Robin Schlager, here, who's going to speak in just a minute. And Renee Baskerville from our town council, both of them from we'd like to also thank the Economic Development Committee, and Janice Talley, and Richard McMahon, yes. I didn't see. Welcome. Thank you all so much for coming, for supporting this project. So placemaking is really about developing a public space where people can meet with their neighbors, can come and have a cup of coffee, can bring their art work and their music. Before we had somebody playing some music, so we're going to have some of that here at the Parklet for the month of October. So placemaking isn't just about creating a space or a place, it's also about the making. And I'd like to introduce really the person who is the heart of this project, John Sullivan, without which this would not have happened. About how it was actually created.
Deb is all bodied on the making now. This is great. So thank you. Of course so, yes. So first of all, before we get into what Deb was talking about there are tons of people involved in this project besides Bike Walk Montclair. Corso 98, Elio, where are you? Where's Elio? Elio, put your hand up. This is the one time in his life that Elio doesn't want to talk. And that's fine. He will eventually. And Red Eye Cafe over here. Is Marvin here? There's Marvin. Okay. So these type of projects require all kinds of participants. And I would sit here for years. Marvin would bring coffee out, and I said, this is a spot where this needs to go. In all of Montclair, these 2 spaces get the right foot traffic. Get the right vibe. This is a great spot for these 2 for a parklet to be. But they said, let's do it. And they are the ones who are promoting this on the street every day. We come in, we build it, we talk about it, but they're out here saying this is what this is. Okay? So, Mulvey Construction, Matt's not here today. He built this entire structure. Let's give them a round of applause. Unbelievable. Okay? So, when we're looking for people besides the restaurants, every partnership needs this, and not any construction team can do this type of work either. This is community work. They have my sons always asking, where's the hammer, where's this, where's that, and there is no more patient team than his. So I really thank them for all their work that they do this. They're great at this stuff. Mad Lab Architect and Design in the back, where we were able to assemble this structure and carry it over by hand, like without a truck, very heavy. There's tons of people. Northeast Earth Coalition also for all these beautiful flowers. Master gardeners coming in there, right? I would go to Home Depot, throw some things in there, it would not look like that. It's beautiful, beautiful work. So I'm going to throw a number out here. 192. You know what that is? The amount of square feet this is. Right? 32 by 6 feet. It's not big. I hope my math's right. Let me check that again. But it's really a small amount of space, but it's a big amount of space when people fill it in the right way. So this making that Deb was talking about, as impressive as the structure is, it's the process that this went through that I always love the most. So it starts with an idea, and people go, that's crazy, that's not going to happen, and then it goes, oh yeah, okay, that's a good idea, that's a decent idea, what can I do to add to that idea? So it ends up being something way more beautiful than it was even started to be. This sign was put up 6 minutes before it came up. Elizabeth right here did this. This beautiful work. This was not even in the intention. So this process is that it's not on a blueprint and in static form. Like this is moving and living, and people came in and the public contributed what they thought they could do and what they might want this to look like. And that's what placemaking is. So it's about the structure and how it lives, but it's also how it comes together. Once this is up for the biggest and most important thing I can talk about today is this sign right here. Because when you walk out of your car and you see a porch in the street, you inevitably get a series of questions that I'm constantly asking, and I have to put something here so I don't have to keep saying them over and over. But I do love talking about it. People go, what is this? Who did it? Why did they do it? And how long is it going to stay here? Right? So we've addressed some of them already. But the real thing here is, this is public space, right? This is for people to use all the time, to come in. I think when you see something like this, we're not used to it. This is a disruption of the normal use of the street. So a long time ago, before cars, streets were the heart of civic life. People lived in the streets, they talked in the streets, they sold things in the streets, they socialized in the streets. Over time, the streets have been occupied by other things and for other reasons. So this is an attempt to take back a fraction of that space for the things that have been lost in that interaction. I think even since putting this up, there are people who are meeting and who are talking who would not have met or talked, no matter what it's about. And even if it's a disagreement and they say, I think this is a bad idea, I'm still talking to you about what I think and what you think, and we're having a conversation that may not have happened. So there's this term I love called spontaneous lingering. Like, I didn't plan on staying, but I am staying, right? And I'm going to talk, and maybe I'll just sit down here. I didn't come here to come to the Parklet, but it's here, and now I'm going to stay here. So these are the things that we don't think about, but I'm hoping when people visit this, they will think about these things over time. We are going to program this with music and with art and with great programming all fall. So you will see knitting groups in here, book clubs meeting, you will see jazz playing, you will see movies showing. And we hope that the final question is, how long does this stay? And I'm going to leave that as an open question because it really is up to us with how long this stays, or whether it comes back, I'll say that. Because there will be people who say it shouldn't stay, but if you do, you've got to advocate for this stuff, okay? So I'm going to introduce Renee Basketball next, okay? Let's bring her up. Thank you so much, Renee. She's been a constant supporter. This project was on my desk, dead, and I saw her at the Environmental Summit, and I said, gotta do this, and she said, come to this meeting. And that happened.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be able to see this come to fruition. I've been a strong supporter for a while. Last year we had one parklet on Goodrich Avenue, and that was well utilized, and I supported that. And to be a member of the BID, to be a proud member of Bike Walk Montclair and the Economic Development Committee, and to be able to have even a small bit of input along the way makes me proud. I'm very excited about it. The one thing that I didn't hear already that I really like, the fact that the location here lends itself to traffic calming, in addition to the bringing communities together, which I'm always very strongly in favor. This actually serves as a traffic calming measure. We're at an intersection here where cars are coming from various directions, and when cars see people that are gathering here, I'm really hopeful that it will slow people down and also encourage them to get out and meet new people. So I thank everyone that participated. I think it's a fabulous design, and yeah, thank you guys for what you're doing.
Robin Shaker, who is our this side of Walnut Street board representative.
Thank you, Deb. I have to say, I will be honest, when John and Deb first brought this up at several council meetings, planning board meetings, EDC meetings, I was a little skeptical. I thought maybe it would be too big, maybe it wasn't the right spot on Walnut Street, but I have to say your efforts and tenacity and volunteerism, this is perfect. It's just perfect, and it's marvelous and a great addition to our town. I hope that many people will come, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cookie. I love your cookies. Of course, so they're the best cookies. And come and have a respite and enjoy this port. But without even having coffee or cookies, you could also come read a book, knit. I have a quilt group. I'm going to bring my quilting group here one afternoon, and I'm going to tell them, meet me on the porch. So thank you very much.
So we want to also thank the town that now, Montclair is a leader in the state now in this placemaking movement for Parklet. And I'd like to ask Rick McDonald, would you like to come up? Also from our town council?
Councilor McDonald. I just want to say very briefly that when I first got on the town council, I was recommending several webinars about just this type of thing, and I'm just so happy to see us here. I thought that was a brilliant idea, and thank you for getting it done.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And now, Mayor Jackson.
Give me a kiss. I don't know. Hello, everybody. This is fantastic. You know, this neighborhood, having grown up here, this used to be sort of an industrial area as a child and coming up, and it's now become such. You know, people talk about it was Israel. I apologize. But when people talk about, there he is. Talk about the up and coming and the edgy. Sort of funky neighborhood of Montclair. This is it. This area is growing so much. People have such a great sense of, I'm going to go to Walnut Street and hang out, become part of the vibe of the Walnut Street area. This fits so much into it. And people walking by, just being able to come back and sit here and talk, and for Red Eye and Corso to really agree, because Montclair, to give up 2 parking spaces is a big price to pay. But really appreciate them for doing that. And this is more things to come. I want to, Deb and John, your vision and leadership. This is the kind of thing we want to do for our community. And I'm really thrilled with what's happening in the Walnut Street area. It's really popping. And all of you for your support, and looking forward to more and better things to come. So thank you all, and let's keep it going.